Hey there, back in the Popwood shop with another gluing trick. This is going to be, well, it's a little bit about teaching you to glue as well as how to clamp up. You've got 3 pieces of wood, 6 pieces of wood, whatever it is. Actually, the more pieces, the more important this trick is. When you go to put glue on these and put them together, the proper amount of glue in those joints will make this process, when you put the clamp on, easier. Because if you've got too much glue on that joint, what'll happen is these pieces, when you put the clamp on, will slide and slide and slide, and you're going to have a really hard time getting them tight and smooth and flush like you want them to. So let's take a look at some gluing techniques that'll help you do that. Okay, so I have my 3 boards here, and we're going to want to put glue in both of these joints. Some people will tell you need to put glue on both sides. You can, that's okay, but it's really not necessary. And by the way, long grain joint, best glue joint in the world. You can use biscuits, but that's basically for alignment. Same thing with dowels. You're not adding strength, it's just alignment, but if you want to do it, go nuts, all right? So you want to take your regular glue. Yellow glue is always a good idea. Make sure that it's reasonably fresh. What I'm going to do is put a bead down the center. And that's a good start. Now we'll find out if it's enough. You can use an acid brush like this to put it on and get it spread fairly evenly. And this is the part that's important. You want it so that it's covering, but you don't want it so it's floating on top. This is okay. That's a good coverage. It's thin enough that you can basically see that it's covered all the way through, but you're seeing a little bit of wood there. Don't have an acid brush? Yes, your finger works too. And again, you can spread it to the same thickness. And you want to be able to just see the glue through, or the wood through. You don't want to have it pooling up. And hey, have some paper towels handy. Don't wipe it on the bottom of your bench, Chad. Go ahead and clean it up a little bit. But once you've got your glue spread out to the right thickness, you should be able to put that down and clamp it up without any sliding. That's our one glue joint. Okay. Will it move? We'll check that in a second. Now here's a second little trick. Let's say you don't have an acid brush, or your fingers are already too gummed up from the last technique and you don't want to worry about it. So we'll put a bead of glue down the middle of this again. I'm going to take it this way, and this is called the rub joint. Glue on one side, put it down here, put it in place, and we're going to do this. Rub, 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 rub. You'll feel it actually start to tighten and tack up and get tight. And you'll see that your glue spread is pretty darn good. I'm a little light here and a little light here. So spread a little further. You'll find out that the rub disappears. And honestly, if you're missing a little spot, you're okay. That's pretty good. And the tackiness of that, you can feel how it starts to get tight. That means it's not going to slip around. So there's 2 trick ways to do it. Put a clamp on. Let's watch that joint. Is it going to slide? Is it going to clamp up? Is it going to slide? A little bit, but not much. We slid a little on the corners. That means we could tack that a little bit harder, a little more glue rub. We're in good shape. But again, check your pieces for adjustment there to make sure that it's the right height. Put your clamps on. Use just the right amount of glue, and you'll save yourself a lot of headache when you're clamping up. Get it set right the first time, just enough, and you're in good shape. Okay, that's one trick for gluing up a panel.